We're recording. Okay, before we start, one person at a time, tell me the 4 different kinds of conic sections. Logan? Circle.
Ellipse.
Osmar?
Ellipse.
Parabola.
Did you just say parabola?
Hyperbola. Not hyperbole. Hyperbola. Okay, we're gonna put our phones away, Clark, and
He's researching for his campaign.
yeah, and we're gonna focus today just on circles. Okay, so you're gonna do a little bit of work with circles today, and then Thursday you're gonna do more work with circles because you have a worksheet over it. Okay, so there's a formula for circles. Here is standard form of an equation for circles. Okay, we got x and y, they're on the same side, so that's kind of weird, but it's okay. We have h and k, okay, that's our left, right, up, down. It gives us the center point of our circle. Okay, so like the middle of the circle on the graph is given by hk, those numbers. Notice that they both have a minus in front, so they're both going to be opposite of what it looks like. Like if you had x minus 1 plus y minus 3, your center point would be positive 1, positive 3. Since the formula has a minus, you just ignore the minus and take the number that's there. Now, if they were plus 1 and plus 3, what would your center point be? Negative 1 and negative 3. All right, so you kind of always take the opposite of what it looks like. So now h and k are weird. All right, the other part of what we have is r. R is our radius. Radius is what part of a circle? Halfway from the edge to the center point. So halfway across. All right. In the formula, it's r squared. So if it says equals 121, what would r be? 11. Because in the formula, it's squared. So we take the square root of that number and get that. All right? Pretty simple. Okay? I wrote down here to watch out for the minus sign and the squared for the r. We're going to do one practice problem, and then you're on your own. Haha. So we are going to write an equation of a circle with a center of negative 4, 9, and a radius of 4. So we're going to use standard form, so I'm going to kind of give myself a skeleton to work with. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That's a funky 2. If our center is negative 4, 9, what letter are we going to plug negative 4 in for? H. Correct. So that's going to be H. What's the 9 going to go in for? K. And what's the radius of 4 going in for? R. All right, so let's plug that in. On yours, I had a typo right here, and it says 3. So change that to a 9. Sorry, didn't notice that until I had already printed it. I don't know what it is. All right, so let's plug in all those numbers. So I'll have x minus, instead of h, I'm putting in negative 4. And then squared plus y minus, instead of k, I'm writing 9. Instead of squared equals r. Instead of r, we've got 4. And then squared. All right. Now let's simplify, and we're done. So we'll have x plus 4 squared plus y minus 9 squared equals 16. I'm going to show you what this would look like on a graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, on a graph, our radius is at the point -4, or our center point is at the point -4, 9. So that would be like up here. And then our radius is 4. So I could like give myself 4 points. Each of them being 4 away. This is not even. 4 away from the center point. And then,
There's a question like this on the ACT.
that you just took on Saturday.
That was so hard, by the way. Where'd y'all take it?
We'll come back to that. Okay. Anyways, but that's how you would graph that. Does that make sense? Okay, your calculator, if we were going to try to graph this like we usually graph things in the y equals, we would have to solve for y. So move that over, start taking square roots, all this stuff. Okay, so we can do it. Make our calculator graph that. But on Friday, we're going to learn a different way to graph circles because your calculator is smart and can do cool things. All right? So, just FYI. Any questions over that? Over the standard form of circles? All right, your assignment is down here below. These 1 through 6, it's worth 80 points. You are going to use a compass and a pencil and make a circle and complete these questions. The 1, 2, and 3 are about the circle you make. Then 4, 5, and 6 have nothing to do with the circle that you make, but you're going to write the answers to them on the circle. Okay, so all your work and answers are on the circle. And then 20 points is you are going to decorate it and make it look cool with your name on it somewhere and put it up in the hallway. Okay?
Can we decorate it?
What if you don't wanna?
You should have some color. It's springtime. We like color. All right, that's worth 20 points. All right, any questions? I think everything you need is over on the red table.